Hi, and welcome to the Boyd Life.
Today we're going to talk about home security and safety. So stay tuned.
Hello, welcome to the Boyd Life. This is Life with Rick and Marta, where we will be discussing practically anything, any subject. It just really isn't off limits. We are expressing our views, opinions, and thoughts on various subjects. And it could be good, bad, or anything in between. Okay? So that's what's up with the Boyd Life. And let me point out this disclaimer. The views expressed on this channel may or may not be 100% factual. Anything goes, so have fun and be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Well, I don't know how many of you are concerned with things like personal safety, home safety, but I am. Now, my husband might say that I go a little too far.
I've said that many times. Coming into the apartment past 52 alarms, 3 booby traps, knives, just to get in the door. Yeah, I think she does it a little bit too much.
Of course, he's exaggerating, but
Not much.
But I do take our personal safety and security seriously. And I usually have something right at hand, or if I'm out, I usually have something with me. I just think it's a good idea. Today, you never know what kind of person may lurk out there that chooses you for a victim, or someone you're with, be it a child, a grandchild, or whatever. You know, I'm all about protecting. Matter of fact, if we go back, and you have to remember this, there were times that my husband thought, oh, she's going to get me killed.
Yeah.
Because I would see someone, we went out, it was at a fair, but it was evening and there weren't a lot of people around, but there was this big guy and he was not being very nice, we'll put it that way, to what I presume was maybe a girlfriend. And I can't remember what I did or
You went over there and said, hey, stop that.
Well, I
Stop.
probably said,
Stop.
leave her alone.
Leave her alone. And I'm going, oh, this guy's only 6'6" and built like a lot, and I'm 170 and I'm going to die.
Yeah. Well, and then I might be out working. My work took me out of the office all the time. And there were a couple of times where I was waiting and I saw children bullying and picking on a younger, smaller child. And I had to get out. I had to do something and stop them. And, you know, they ran away. And then the other child was all right. But also, one this was in the winter. I was at my place of employment. And I was waiting for my husband to pick me up. And I saw 2 people, a gentleman, wouldn't call him a gentleman, but a guy and a gal, and they were arguing, and he pushed her up against the car, and that's what set me off. I'm like, okay, that's enough. I can listen to arguing, and, you know, because it's, you know, my husband and I, we can have our share of arguments or whatever. Never as, you know, as theirs was, but then when he pushed her, I started trekking through the snow as fast as I could across the thing, yelling, to leave her alone. But he got in his car even, it was taking a while because the snow was deep. And I kept going because I thought he was even going to try to run her over. So I'm trekking over there, and in the meantime, I think, call the police, and eventually I got over there, and the police came, but of course the guy was gone. Anyway, I left once the police were there, and my husband didn't have to get involved at all.
I was there.
But I don't know that I like to do those things now these days, because now people could have guns and shoot you, or they could have, knives, which he said I have a lot of knives. Well, I would use a knife if I had to, but I don't want someone to use a knife on me. So personal safety is important, though, and there are so many things even around the house you can use for personal safety. If you just think about it and be prepared. I have, throughout your house, and secure your doors. My husband doesn't like me to secure one of our doors as much, like to bar it, because
if there was an emergency, it's hard for them to get in.
Yes.
They couldn't even break in through the door because that bar is going to prevent them. So that just delays the time that they can get in to help you. So there's a edge, what I call, of safety and security. You can keep yourself secure, but don't make it so secure that help can't get to you to save your life. If they can't get to you, you're just going to die because they couldn't break into the door because you got it barred shut.
Well, he's thinking of a medical emergency,
Yes.
especially since we're a little older now. You never know what could happen.
Now the rest of it, with safety out and about, yes, it's a dangerous world out there. I mean, you try to stay out of the areas where you're know there's danger, but anymore, with the older people getting hit in the back of the head on the street and they're doing nothing just for some kid to show off, that's getting more and more prevalent. So you never know if you're really safe when you go out, but you have to go out to do things, and you want to go out. You don't want to be shut in all your life. So there's just things that you should do to protect yourself, and
precautions you should
you
take.
should have something to protect yourself, or pay more attention about your surroundings. Because too many people are just on their phone, walking down the street. They don't even know where they're going. They don't know if they're knocking into people. They're on their phones. They need to look around and not only protect themselves, but protect other people from them running into them too.
I'm kind of guilty of that. I not maybe in the aspect that you're talking about, but I kind of have more of a tunnel vision. If I'm out, I'm usually out for a reason and a purpose, and I focus more on that than I do anything else nowadays, which I shouldn't. I need to be very, very aware, and I'm sure you. Please let us know what you do,
and if you think she's too extreme, measures. Or
yeah. Well, I want them to know that. A lot of the things they saw, they would either be from a toolbox, your kitchen. Yes, not all of them were, but all of those things are not in one place. I just gathered some things together for you, and just to give you an idea so that you would start thinking of things that you could do. Maybe you're in the living room watching television. Well, you never know if someone would come and kick down your door and barge in or whatever. And heaven forbid you don't have it locked.
Yeah. Well, it's just what we're just, she's just trying to tell people that, it could happen to you. Always be prepared about your surroundings and know what's going on. And before you get in a car, especially in the major cities, look under the car and look in the back seat.
Check the back.
Just that's for your precaution, and so you don't get surprised, because with this all this human trafficking and everything else that's going out, and the kidnappings and everything, make sure that you know where your kids are. You don't have to be overprotective, but just know about where your kids are, that they're with you. We got scared a few times when we took the grandkids someplace and in a store, and they're over here, and they're so fast. Next thing you know, they're an aisle away, and you don't know where they are, and you're just, oh my God, I've lost a grandkid. That's terrible. So just keep track of them.
That's been a while.
Yeah,
that was when they were a
smaller.
little younger, and boy, they could run
all over. So I know it's hard to keep track of people.
Up.
But just be aware of that stuff, and the world has changed. It's not as safe as it used to be, and that's all we're saying to people. Is I think Marta goes to little extremes, but I can understand that.
You can't.
I can understand how you can, want to be safe. So do things that make you feel safe. Go places that you feel safe in. And when you're in a place that you don't feel safe in, lock your car and leave that place. If you get an uneasy feeling, it's better to move on.
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad that the doors now, when you go out and you start them, as soon as you're traveling a little bit, they lock all of the doors automatically. However, sometimes to me, that's not soon enough. So I go in the car. Well, I usually start it and then push the lock button, because maybe if I don't back out right away, or if I see someone close, I should put it that way. If I see someone nearby, I want to lock it,
And that's a good thing to do, because
up next to my car,
because in some of these cities with these protests where they block off the streets and they surround your car, you got to be ready for that kind of stuff, because that can happen any place. Matter of fact, we were in a place in Colorado, and I just went downtown for a short period of time while Marta was doing something else, and I ran into a protest where they were blocking the street. And luckily, it was a peaceful protest, but you get, now these people get violent way too quick. And here you are in a place where you're surrounded by people. Look for your outs. If you see cars stopping in front of you, get off that street, go someplace else, because there's a reason for some of these.
Reroute.
Yeah, reroute yourself. But reroute yourself. Don't get involved where you have to make a decision whether to run over somebody to get out of a bad situation.
Well, I want to say, why do you think so many things happen at schools, and now, it's been churches? It's because a lot of times people consider those gun-free zones, so they go in with all their, multiple weapons and ammunition, and cause some problems. But so you have to be aware, even if you go to church, be aware. If you go to a restaurant, Walmart's been bad for a lot of different reasons, including the child,
and we're not,
or the trafficking, or the kidnappings.
You're not saying don't go anywhere, because you can't be afraid to go anywhere. So just be aware of things can happen now, and so that's all we're talking about today. Is just be aware of your surroundings, home safety. Protect yourself. Whenever you go places, have a plan. And please tell us if you what you do.
Yeah, what do you do? Do you do anything? How do you feel about it? I don't need. If you're going to tell me that I'm crazy, please do it nicely. That's all I ask.
All right.
But anyway, please like. If you like the video, hit like.
Comment, share.
And subscribe to our channel, and we'll be talking about other subjects.
Right. We'd like to talk about all different stuff. So thanks for watching. We'll see you down the line. Bye.